Friends too.
All right. Welcome back, y'all. And again, dang, Ashton, that was really quick. You just slid. John goes, 20 seconds to go live, and then boop.
I like cutting it close. Seeing how close I can get.
Oh, man. I just want to thank you guys again for Saturday, man. You guys really, really helped me out a lot.
I want to mention how great Saturday was. Like, other than that was a really long day.
It was long, but it seemed to go really, really fast to me. I was like, oh, okay,
like,
yeah, 30 minutes.
You were right in the thick of it, though, brother. Like, you had everything going on around you the whole time. So it was like, oh, podcast is over. He's like, and I got to start a new one.
That's
I mean, yeah, that's about how I was even. And I was just sitting at home. I was like, all right, podcast is over. I got 30 minutes. And I swear I go and pee and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go.
Yeah, it was pretty rapid fire. We just got one person didn't show, but that was absolutely
supplemented
amazing.
Another person at the end of it. So
she was great. She was
awesome.
That's what I just told John. I was going through all the cards that I got from people, and I was like, and then of course we've got her.
Mm-hmm.
And
hold that up there longer just in case anybody would just scan that that code.
That's cool. She was absolutely amazing, and I am so glad that they just happened to walk up to the table. Her manager walked up to the table and was talking to Christy. I went to the restroom, and it's like, okay, we didn't know what we were going to be in for. Didn't know what this person was going to look like, and then she comes up all bubbly and just full of energy. So it was absolutely great. So
especially at the end, because I'm sure that was probably getting towards the end of that day, and I'm sure she probably had a lot of talking she was doing. So yeah, keeping that energy till the end was. I was really glad that she kind of helped finish the day off.
It was really cool, really cool. A lot of cool memories and stuff. You know, I was really Ron Keel really impressed me.
So is it a return next year kind of thing, or
I'm not real sure. I don't think we would drive.
Right,
because that drive to Nashville, 10 hours there, 10 hours back, 20 hours on the road.
10 hours that you had all the way back, right? Ashton, I want to get your take on this. Because Randy was like, I had some people come up, give me some CDs, and I'm like, yeah, how are they? I haven't listened to any of them. He was in the car for 10 hours.
Well, let me ask, did you take Mom's car?
Yes.
That's why. Her car doesn't have a CD player.
Oh man, you just lucked out, Randy.
That's why I'm like, I'm all for busting his balls, but
I'm all for busting these balls, but I'm sure there was a way around it. I could have gone to Spotify, but
hang on just a second. Gunshine says they're currently in the chat.
What?
I don't know.
Like the Facebook chat or the StreamYard?
I don't know.
If they're in the Facebook or the YouTube chat, then what's up, guys? You're really, really close. You found the right place, at least.
So I'm
blame John's instructions.
I mean, maybe I don't send the proper instructions, but I sent the link to the show. So I'm hoping that we get this sorted pretty quickly for them, and we get them up here and chatting with us instead of just to me.
All good, man. Yeah, so many really cool things happened. I mean, if people didn't know, we went down to Nashville, and there was so many different things going on. I mean, we had the rare hair. By the way, Jake was there.
Jake from State Farm. He is laser focused on something. I could throw a kiss on the screen right now, and he'd have no idea.
Yeah, hang on. I don't even have the screen up. Okay.
Point proven.
So one night was with Rare Hair, which is a really cool thing that Nashville does. It's like revolving musicians that get up there and they all play. And we did have the bass player from Accept got up there. He was playing. We had, of course, Joey Bro got up there. And that was the first time he'd ever played with a band. And I'd have to say he did pretty darn good up there if that was the first time he was with the band. So he really danced with that microphone. He was very comfortable up there. And then it was hosted by the comedians that were hosting all week. And it was Hal. Oh my gosh, Hal Sparks and Don Jameson, and so it was really good. And Hal Sparks got up there and he sang a song, and I was like, oh, what's this gonna be? This is gonna be kind of just, half good, because it's just Hal Sparks up there. Holy shit. This guy can wail. I was like, oh, I was not expecting that.
I still need to show the wife you playing Crazy Train.
I don't even have a copy of that.
I do. Saved it.
But yeah, that was the first night. And then when we went to of course, we did the Rockin' Pod the next day, which was how many interviews? 11 interviews all day long. And then we went to the comedy show, which was Hal Sparks and Don Jameson. And then Chris Cale got up there, the bass player from Five Finger Death Punch, got up there, and he was absolutely hilarious. Wow. And if you guys haven't checked it out, check out Weirdo and Beardo, or Beardo and Weirdo. It's a podcast, and they're funny as shit. So it is really good. And the funny thing is we were at John Bon Jovi's bar and grill. It's like 3 levels, and it was very intimate up there. And we had VIP.
Intimate sounds dirty.
I know, right? But it was very intimate up there, and we had VIP passes, and the VIP got you on these. They had like 4 couches right up front in the stage, but it would only fit like 3 people on the couches. And me and Christy were just sitting at a table behind because the couches, everybody had their laminates sitting on them, getting drinks or whatever. We're like, we have nowhere to sit. And they came up and they said, hey, did you guys get VIP? I said, yeah, we did. They said, well, that's the couches out there. And I'm like, yeah, there's no room. And they pulled out 2 chairs and set them right up next to the stage. And they said, there you guys go. And I said, oh, we're not going to be picked on at all. I mean, right there. I'm like, fuck.
Perfect heckle range.
Like, oh, no. And then.
Hey, Randy.
Yes.
I don't want to cut you short, but let's welcome Austin to the show.
Austin!
How's it going?
What's up, man?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Doing great. Yeah, sorry about that. I think I clicked on another StreamYard link and it took me to a different location. So
Okay, so what I think happened, I might have sent you the generic one that sits out there in our thing all the time, and then I resent you the one for the current live.
Oh, okay.
So that might have been it's probably my fault.
Oh, it's all good.
It is.
Technology. Gotta love it.
All right. Well, I just want to kind of introduce you to us. This is Welcome to Bleach Bangs, and my name is Randy, and I'm in Oklahoma City.
Very cool.
I'm
Yeah, good to meet
Ashton.
you.
I'm out here in Piedmont, Oklahoma.
Awesome.
And I'm John. I'm in Topeka, Kansas.
Sweet, sweet. Well, I'm Austin. Good to meet you guys.
Good to
You
meet
too,
you.
man.
You're in Florida, aren't you?
Correct. Well, actually,
lucky
so the
dog.
band's based out of Pensacola, Florida. And that was kind of hence the whole Gunshine, the name Gunshine, because Florida's the sunshine state, but Florida
Right.
looks like a gun. So that's how we got the whole
Oh, cool, cool.
Gunshine thing. But I'm actually in Atlanta right now. So me and my fiance were up in Atlanta, and then our singer Jordan's still down in Pensacola. So I kind of take trips back and forth to meet up with him.
Right.
Really cool.
And then
I
our
like
other
how you
2
guys got
guys, they're
that
out in
neat.
North Carolina, so they kind of fly in for tours and stuff like that. So
Oh wow, a little bit of everywhere.
yeah.
Pretty sick.
So let's get a little bit of like a band history from you, like the origin story. How'd you guys all get together and how'd this get started?
Yeah, so basically I toured with another band called New Year's Day for a while. We went out with like Hailstorm, Godsmack. It was kind of like, it was really cool. It was all arenas and stuff like that. So
Nice.
got a lot of good tour experience. We went over to Europe a few times, Australia. But I was kind of more of a hired gun in that band, and I kind of wanted to start my own thing for a long time, probably since I was like a teenager. But I could just never find all the right pieces to sort of put everything together. So I had known the drummer, the original drummer in Gunshine, who's actually currently not with us anymore because he's having a kid and everything. He's kind of wanting to do the family life and everything. But anyways, I had known him for about like 10 years before even starting the band. So him and I, we had known each other. So I had the drummer in place already, but we would drive all across the country to look for different singers. I was always kind of keeping an eye out for singers, and this was kind of while I was just sort of taking whatever other opportunities would come my way. So yeah, when I got the New Year's Day gig, I obviously took the gigs. It was like I say, great experience touring with Godsmack and Hailstorm and super fun stuff. But yeah, I was always kind of in the back of my mind, in the back of my head, still wanting to kind of put my own thing together. Because I've always loved writing songs. That's kind of been my biggest passion with music is creating stuff. Hearing a vocal melody in my head or a guitar riff or something like that, and kind of putting it together. And I'd had all this sound and this vision in my head because I love like kind of poppy stuff, and I love Boston, and I love like melodies and stuff like that. But I love the rawness and the edginess of like a Guns N' Roses or AC/DC or something. So there was something I think in my head of like always sort of wanting to create something that kind of had those elements in it, but it had to be the right thing. So I guess what I was getting to is we tried so many different singers kind of throughout that time, like 2015 through probably 2020. while doing other things. And then when the COVID thing happened, the whole world shut down, and so I was off tour with New Year's Day. It kind of allowed me to gather my thoughts, kind of regroup and everything. And I went back home to Pensacola, Florida. Well, let me back up. So I lived in LA during the time that I toured with New Year's Day.
Okay.
But when the COVID thing happened, I went back home to Pensacola, where I'm from. And then someone said, "Hey, you got to check out this guy. He sings in the piano bar here in town." You know what I mean? So I go over there, and I'm thinking like, okay, you know, like, because I just lived in Sunset Strip and all that, and we tried so many people, and I was kind of burnt on trying singers, to be honest, and kind of over the whole thing. And I'm thinking like, okay, like a bar band kind of singer, like, you know, what's you know, this could go any kind of direction. But he did have a really unique voice, and I found it very intriguing. And then sure enough, we got him over, and we wrote the song Wall Said to Call together in like the first day, in a few hours. And it was kind of one of those things where my original plan was to do like the first Slash album where he kind of has all the different singers. That was that's kind of what I stumbled, you know, eventually kind of got to, was like, okay, instead of starting a band, I guess I'll just have different singers sing on it or whatever. And it just went so well that it was kind of like, okay, well, he came over the next day, we wrote Daylight, and then we just kept writing. I had already had a bunch of the music for the first album already put together, because we wanted to have material ready so that when we found a singer, there was already a lot there. So there was melody on there, there was lyrics or music, a lot of melody, and then him and I kind of collaborated on the lyrics and stuff like that. So, but anyways, that's kind of how, long story long, that's sort of how it all came together.
He does have a very unique voice, and I think that it's amazing, because I mean, it's really grainy, but he's also melodic. You know, he really puts a lot of passion into it, and I think you made a wonderful choice. And shit, if he can write too, hell yeah.
Yeah, no, it turned out that we have a good like writing chemistry and everything too. So it was awesome. Yeah, we kind of hit the ground running in April of 2021. That was when we started putting together those songs, and then we were recording by August. So it was pretty crazy. So
one question for you about your singer. How long does he have to recover his voice after a night of singing? Because man, unless that's just his voice all the time, like in my head, I'm like, he got to do some therapy afterwards.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a real controlled kind of a sound, and actually he's got a really big range. A lot of the songs of the first album, you know, we were trying to go, like I said, it kind of came off the shoulders of COVID, which was a kind of a dark time. I wanted to create something that was fun, energetic, just kind of party rock and roll that kind of made people have a good time. And we're kind of writing all kinds of different stuff now. It still has somewhat of the Gunshine elements, but it's not always so high, I guess, you know, all the time, because he has a huge range. I mean, he can sing. He actually comes from more like the country background. That's what people don't really know about it online. A lot of people think that he's kind of more of a Sunset Strip, Vince Neil kind of guy, but really, he only knows like a couple Motley Crue songs. He kind of comes from more of the Crosby, Stills, and Nash and all that stuff, and like the I don't know, just a bunch of stuff in Nashville. I mean, he loves the like Journey, you know, Styx, stuff like that as well.
Mm-hmm.
But AC/DC is his big, like, I guess if you want to sort of go in that realm, that's his big influence. Is like he loves Brian Johnson and Bon Scott and stuff. But yeah, no, he can actually sing like low country stuff and all that as well. But whenever he sings high, it's really a controlled thing. You know, it's not he's not like kind of forcing it out or whatever. So
right on. With that said, Randy, I think we should hear just a little taste.
All right, I'm gonna do.
I know you got two, so I didn't want to say the wrong words.
Well, I want to go. I want to go with 90 proof first, and I'm hoping we'll still be able to get in Bayou as well. So here we go. Gunshine, 90 proof.
Sweet.
His voice, man, I'm trying to put my
That's
finger on it.
insane.
It's just, it is amazing, and it's unique, and that's what we need is unique. Everybody is so cookie cutter now here lately, and I just love his voice.
I think that's one thing that kind of took me so long to get the band off the ground too, is because I wanted to do this type of thing even before like Greta Van Fleet and stuff came out, but it was like I could just not find. I had a really high standard for like what I was trying to do, and that was what you just said was kind of a big thing that I was always thinking about was like no matter who it is, I just want it to be that kind of X factor, something unique. Whether you may hate it or love it or whatever, but
Yeah.
You can't really deny it's at least something different or whatever, that kind of thing. So.
Yeah, well, and he's got great stage presence too.
I was gonna say that voice just reminds me of like a mix between Axl Rose and Miles Kennedy. It's powerful, it's clean, and it's like you can pick it out of a crowd of singers so easily.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree. Yeah, I love Miles Kennedy too, by the way, and obviously grew up. Slash is huge influence, so Guns N' Roses, of course, so. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, he's definitely got his own thing though, so it's really cool. And I think we're working on a new album right now, so it's gonna be exciting for people to kind of hear some little different sides and stuff of him as well too.
Awesome. You recorded your last album and your EP in LA or Las Vegas. Where are you going to do this at?
So I pretty much demo a lot in my home studio that I'm actually in right now, and then we get together and we kind of put everything together ahead of time, and then we're gonna go out to Vegas again and meet up with Chris Collier, who's the producer engineer that I've been using for probably like 8 years now for different things that I've been working on, and he works with Korn. He did the Mick Mars album, White Snake. Yeah, he's definitely the guy. Like he did the George Lynch stuff with like Doug Pinnick, the KXM, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's Prong, Fear Factory. Yeah, he's worked with tons of bands, but yeah, he's killer producer engineer. So we'll go out to him probably after this next run, sometime in like September, and start tracking. So,
awesome. Yeah, and you've got an upcoming tour coming up July 18th through August 7th, ending up at the Whiskey A Go Go. Have you ever played the Whiskey?
I've played the Whiskey before, yeah, when I lived in LA. But I've never, I just kind of played with some different bands. I did the jam nights and stuff like that, but I never. It's definitely a cool full circle moment for me to kind of like have a headline gig there with like my own thing, especially since I spent all those years in LA trying to find a singer and never could.
Then now you had to get out to find it.
Yeah, and then now years later to be asked back, but to do a headline gig with my own thing. So it's a really cool, exciting moment for sure. So we're definitely excited about it and definitely honored to play there for sure.
That's awesome. And it looks like you had a couple of stops at Sturgis.
Yeah, we're doing kickstands in Sturgis, and then we got several other dates routed. We got three Michigan dates. There's several being added as we go here. But yeah, we got Chicago or Joliet, which is the Forge, the Vault Venue Event Center. Yeah, so we're gonna kind of basically route our way over to Sturgis. We're gonna kind of go up the East Coast a little bit, then head west to Sturgis, and then kind of maybe hit some spots on the way back home as well. So
really cool.
Yeah, stay tuned. Yeah, Gunshine. It's gonna be gunshineband.com is our website, and it'll take you to that link right there as well that you can find like all of our tour dates, and we're gonna keep adding stuff too. So
now, one of the other things on I don't know if it was on that site or not. It was through the link on your Facebook, but you guys have coffee and hot sauce as well. Is that stuff that you guys did, or you put together?
Yeah. Well, we did a collaboration with so for the coffee, it's this company called Writers and Rockers Coffee, and they've worked with like I know like Todd Kearns has his own blend as well, which is really cool. And yeah, the problem is that's our actual online merch site, and it doesn't let us link over to their website from there. So that's something we're trying to figure out right now. But if you go to the link that's in like our Instagram bio, Facebook bio. It should say like Comey, gunshine.comey.io, something like that. You can kind of find it through there, or just go into the writersandrockers.com. Did a cool collaboration with them, and then the hot sauce is by Dakota Heat. And he's based out of South Dakota and does a phenomenal job making organic, really like fresh ingredients, and he locally sources everything as well. And it's really unique hot sauce actually. Like we have the one called Red Hot Mama, which is a lyric in one of our songs, and it's got a really cool, interesting flavor, but definitely has a kick to it as well. So if you like spicy stuff, you'll probably be into it.
Yes.
I'm the kind of guy, I put hot sauce on everything. I'm like, okay. Yeah, we have playing with fire is one of them, and then we have the Red Hot Mama is the other one, which that's my favorite, Red Hot Mama.
That's really cool. Are you going to be able to get some of these at your shows?
Yeah, I think we're going to try to. Hopefully, he comes out to Sturgis because he's based out of South Dakota. So if he comes out in Sturgis, that kind of just give us a big bulk sort of thing that we can use, at shows and stuff like that too. It'd be awesome.
Hell yeah! It's looking like that you guys are currently trying to find out where people want to see you now on your next tour. How's that going, and how's that shaping up?
Yeah, I mean the social media thing has worked really well for us, so we're just trying to kind of play the game and get more fans and followers as we go. And as we get new people, we kind of are trying to see like, hey, are there any hot spots? Where certain areas that are sticking out a little more than others, and places we want to make sure that we hit. So, I mean, you definitely have your strong rock markets that always come up. A lot of places in the Northeast and everything. But there's a lot that have commented like down in the Tampa area, which has been interesting. And so yeah, we're basically just trying to look out for just make posts every now and then and kind of see where everyone's listening from.
That's awesome. I know you guys have been coming up on my TikTok and everything like that, and I'm like, these guys are killer.
These guys are getting annoying.
No, I absolutely love it. And I was like, I don't even know why I hadn't shot a message over to you. And then John sends me a message and says, "Hey, Gunshine." I go, "How did you find them?" I'm like getting all defensive, like, that was mine.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. We're trying our best to kind of get out there, and that's what you got to do nowadays is do the whole TikTok and Facebook and all that stuff. And I don't think any of us like songwriters or musicians or whatever kind of signed up to do that part of things. But you got to kind of wear like 50 hats, and be the video editor and the whatever, and and you still may have some people helping you out or whatever, but at the end of the day, you're kind of still expected to do a lot. So that's just kind of how it goes now.
Right.
Your social media presence is working because I did not find you on TikTok. I don't have TikTok. It was through Facebook when I was digging music through a rabbit hole, and I was like, "Oh, who are these guys?" And I started checking it out. And I'm like, "Yes." I was like, "Follow these guys. Go back. I'm gonna listen to more stuff." And then I'm probably going to be messaging them. And like 2 weeks after I liked your page or whatever, I went over to a buddy's house. He's like, "Hey, have you seen these guys online?" And it was your guys' page he pulls up. I'm like, "Yeah, I've been following those guys."
That's awesome.
It's popping up and it's bouncing around our world a bit.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. No, it's weird things kind of keep happening like that. Like one of my buddies sent the music out to his friend in San Diego, and he's like, "Oh, I know Gunshine." So it's like kind of crazy. It's like little things, kind of weird things keep happening. So I'm glad the word is getting out there because you put a lot of work into the music and stuff like that, and it's all good if people don't like it or whatever. But as long as they hopefully at least just hear it, that's the thing. So.
Well, we want them to hear a little taste of Bayou as well. It's your brand new song that's out there. I know Randy has a little clip of it ready for all of us.
All right, here we are.
Get up.
Man, I love your guys' energy. I'll bet you guys are spectacular live, man.
We love playing live, man. That's what makes it all worth it and fun for sure. You know, it definitely adds a different energy kind of live. So yeah, man.
Imagine.
Absolutely. Austin, is there anything that we haven't made sure to ask you about that you want to tell the world about Gunshine?
Not really off the top of my head. We're kind of super deep in working on new music, like I said, right now, and yeah, we're gonna have a lot of really exciting stuff coming up towards the kind of the end of the year. We got the tour starting mid-July through like mid-August, and then we go in the studio, and then it kind of is going to be slated for a really fun half of the year into next year. So a lot of good things happening, and things I'm excited about. So yeah, for now you can just follow us we're on all social media, gunshineband.com, and then I think Instagram is Gunshine Band, and yeah, you can find us on Facebook and TikTok and everywhere else as well. So yeah, all the things.
All the things.
A little bit of everywhere.
It's working. Trust me. You got me on TikTok. You got him on Facebook. So boom.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Yep, we're gonna try to keep it rolling best we can. So
hell yeah.
Yeah,
who would you like to go out on tour with? What kind of package what's your dream package to go with?
Well, actually, right now it would be Def Leppard, because Joe Elliott actually found us through. There was a fan that this is actually kind of a cool story. There was a fan that messaged us and was kind of like, hey, I just ordered a CD. Can you get it over to me? I'm going to give it to Joe Elliott at a Def Leppard show. So I'm like, okay, cool. I didn't really think a whole lot about it. I'm like, whether she actually gave it to him or not is one thing, and then he, after that, who knows what could happen. Most people, you get Joe Elliott from Def Leppard probably gets CDs handed to him all the time.
Oh, no
so it's
shit,
yeah. I mean, I didn't think anything about it. So all of a sudden, I got this message from someone saying like, "Oh, Joe Elliott played you on his radio show," and I'm like, thinking like, "Oh shit!" Like that, she actually did it, because I listened to the radio show, and he was saying something like, he was like, "Oh, a fan handed me a CD at this, at backstage or whatever," and he's all saying something like, I was super apprehensive or whatever, but I got the CD and I listened to it. I was thoroughly impressed. And he was saying all this, really kind stuff about the band. So I was just like, that was a cool moment for me, because Def Leppard is definitely, legends and big influences for sure. So, and he's played us like multiple times. So that would be a cool tour at this point. I think it would be
sweet,
definitely a fun time.
Hell yeah.
That is awesome.
Knows who we are.
Right, I'll take that.
I love it.
Yeah, it was just crazy. I was kind of blown away. I was like, wow, I can't believe, like, for one, that she gave him the CD, and for two, that he actually took the time to listen to it. So
and that stuff still works.
Yeah,
they were handing out cassette tapes of demos at shows like back in the 80s and 70s and stuff. People were like, I got another.
Yeah. Like, how many times do those things probably get thrown in the trash?
No shit.
For real.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Well, Austin, thank you so much for joining us. And you were on my bucket list, and apparently on John's too. So thanks for making it for both of us.
Sweet. Yeah, no problem. We hope to make it down to that area too. Isn't the Diamond Ballroom, right? That's the
Diamond Ballroom
there.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I played there with New Year's Day a few times and stuff like that. So hopefully I can get we can get Gunshine in there. That would be awesome.
Oh hell yeah.
We could go there on the way back to Florida. That would be killer. So maybe we can
That'd
make
be
something
sick.
happen.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be sick. We got a photographer amongst us that can get that show, cover it. So that'd be
sweet.
Dope.
That'd be awesome. Cool,
Hell
guys.
yeah.
I really appreciate it.
You
Oh,
bet.
man, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Anytime, Austin. We're always here. Feel free. New album comes out, whatever. You want to come back and chat about it? We're always here.
That'd be killer, man. Yeah, absolutely.
And I'll make sure I get the right link sent to you.
It's all good. It's all good, man. I'm sitting here fighting with technology all day long with different things. I get it. Yeah.
I know the pain.
Totally. Yep.
All right. Well, thank you. And you have a wonderful evening. And thanks for blessing us with your presence tonight, because we've both been looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you guys again for having me. And yeah, we'll chat again soon.
All right. You have a good one.
All right. Thank you guys. You too.
So much.
Bye-bye.
All right. Later.
Later.
We bang your ugly friends too.
Sorry, somebody was going to say something and I had already clicked.
That's the polite way of saying, John, shut up.
No. Sorry.
And you didn't end the stream.
Do what?
You didn't end the show.
Well, I thought maybe there was something else that needed to be said.
Bro, we played the outro.
I know, but I thought I
Pump fake an outro.